Welcome to my Stamina DK DD PV build. So we are on the Dark Brotherhood PTS at the moment. So I really just want to talk about the most important changes and new possibilities with gear that we have. I will do a more detailed version of the build when it goes live. Okay, let's start. I will start with the race, then just talk about the gear, champion points and skills. Then a short conclusion and we are done. So for the race, the most optimal would be a Kashyyyk, because Kashyyyk gives us a 8% extra crit, which is really strong. A Red Guard, Imperial or a Dark Elf also works. A Red Guard and the Imperial get like 10% increased stamina, which is also really nice. And I really like the Red Guard because we have Adrenaline Rush, which gives us stamina back every 3 seconds, and we have a lot of sustain through that, which is really nice. Dark Elf also works because he has 6% increased stamina and increased fire damage, because we still use like Flames of Oblivion and Standard of Might, which are fire damage. Okay, that being said, let's move on to the gear. So there is a lot of possibilities with the gear in this Dark Brotherhood patch. At the moment I'm still wearing 5 pieces Twiceborn Star, then 3 pieces Agility, Robust and Weapon Damage Enchantment Glyphs, a Maelstrom Axe Precise and a Maelstrom Dagger Precise, plus a Maelstrom Bow Precise. You can also use a Defending or whatever, it doesn't matter, it's just our like dot bar. Then here I use Mephala. Mephala got changed a little bit in this patch because it deals poison damage now, which means it will scale with the mighty passive from the champion tree. Make sure if possible to have 7 pieces divines to buff our Mundus stones as much as possible, because we have the thief and the shadow. Now for the stats, as you see, 37k stamina, 18.5k health. The weapon crit, it's wrong, it's a UI error on the PTS, it should be around 70% somewhere, so we have a lot of crit going. So now for other sets you can choose, there is a lot of other sets. For example, if you don't have monster sets or any Maelstrom weapons, you can use, for example, 4 pieces Nightmother's Gaze, so 2 daggers, a head and a shoulder, which is really nice. Then if you don't have a Maelstrom bow, you also can use a Master's bow, because we have poison injection on this build and it works really nice because we get a lot of weapon damage from it, as you see there. So now there is a lot of other sets. Vicious Serpent, it drops in Sanctum of Phidia. It comes with jewelry and weapons. Then we have the Viper set, which is really strong. As you see, melee attacks deal 9k poison damage and it can crit, so it's a lot. And this is data mined. I think there is jewelry for this set, so it can be really strong both for PvE and PvP. Maybe even best in slot, maybe even better than Twiceborn Star. What you also can do is 5 Twiceborn Star, and then Viper Sting jewelry and a head and a shoulder, which also would work. If you have jewelry, it will probably rare drop rates. RNG is bullshit, but whatever. Let's move on. There is also Alkosh. The Roar of Alkosh is really strong. This one drops in Mauve Lorcash in both normal and veteran. Then you also can use Molakina monster set. You also can use the Valkin monster set if you want to. You also can use Hunting's Rage or Nightmother's Gaze for the 5 pieces here. They are also really good. I just prefer Twiceborn Star at the moment. So there is a lot of possibilities. I'll probably do a separate video on some of the set pieces. Anyway, let's move on to the champion points. Also, again, we have a lot of dots. Basically all we do is dots, reapplying dots in this build, so we have a lot of points in Mighty to increase our overall damage. physical poison and disease damage. And then I put a lot of points into Thaumaturge to increase our dot damage by almost 18%. And I have like 20 points in precise strikes to increase our critical damage. Because we have 70% crit, we will have a lot of crits. This might not be the most optimal one, it's just how I like it at the moment. Maybe you don't want any points in here, you can put the rest of the points in Thaumaturge, it's really up to you. Then I have 27 points in Spell Shield, just because I have some there. Here what you can do is do either 50-50, or depending on what trial you run. If it's a poison, like if it's physical damage or poison damage, you want to have more points in Hardy. If it's magic or elemental damage, you want to have more points in Elemental Defender. Then let's start here. Make sure to have at least 30 points in here because of the Synergizer passive, so every time we synergize we get 2 ulti points. Once you have 30 points in here, you can fill up the Warlord one, because the cost reduction is the most important for PvE builds. And I have like 20 points in dodge roll cost reduction and break free, but you don't need to. The most important one is this here. Then now to the skills. So a few skills changed. Venomous Claw is new, Noxious Breath is new, and Endless Hail is new. Technically speaking, it's not new, it's just a little bit changed. So this used to be Unstable Flame. All they did is change the flame damage to poison damage. Same here, it used to be flame damage, now it's poison damage. This one here used to be fire damage, now it's physical damage. So again, this is a dot build working the best if you have the Maelstrom daggers. Stamina DK at the moment is one of the strongest damage dealers in the game because it has so much dots, and you can empower all of those with the Maelstrom enchantment, which gives an extra 3.1k weapon damage on those dots, which is kind of fucked up. So again, Venomous Claw, strongest dot in the game. Steel Tornado for our AoE. Rapid Strikes also got changed. It used to be 1.3 seconds, now it's only 0.6 seconds, and instead of 6 hits it's only doing 5 hits, so it's really fast. Rending Slashes, still as before. Flames of Oblivion also didn't change. We have this on the first bar because we want to get the extra weapon crit from this here. Dawnbreaker, this is now physical damage instead of magic damage, and it increases our weapon damage by 5%. Then it used to be 8%, but it doesn't matter because, like you see, Slayer increases weapon damage by 3%, so it's not really a nerf. We just get the extra 3% which we used to have in Thieves Guild from a passive, so it's still the same technically. Endless Hail, again this used to be Scorched Earth, it's physical damage now in 10 seconds. Then here, it really depends. You can use Caltrops if you have them. If somebody else already used Caltrops, you can use Molten Armaments because heavy attacks with 40% damage increase are really nice, and it works well together with the Mephala. Poison Injection, it got a small buff by 12%, so it is still really strong. Rearming Trap got changed to physical damage. It used to be magic damage, really strong now. It's a must-have basically. Noxious Breath, poison damage now. It used to be fire damage, also really nice. Standard still the same, strongest ulti in the game. It buffs our overall damage by 20%, which is crazy. So they changed a lot of abilities to poison or physical. The reason behind this is because of the Mighty, increases your physical poison and disease damage, that's why. So Stem DK got a lot of buffs and it's really strong. Of course, if you play alone, you want to have Vigor with you to heal yourself. But yeah, we are in an MMO, so play with your friends. Again, this is a dot build, so you need to make sure to empower like your attacks with the Maelstrom daggers. So you need to do rapid strikes, venomous claw, rapid strikes, rending slashes, rapid strikes, poison injection, those kind of things. And if you're in a single target fight, you can put Noxious Breath in front of here, because this one also can be empowered. That's the thingy. Anyway, I don't want to go more into detail, just want to show you what changed and what new gear options we have for the next patch. It's really nice what Zenimax did, and I'm really looking forward for the Dark Brotherhood DLC. Again, I will make a more detailed version of the build once it goes live and once I'm sure I have the best combos, etc. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Cheers.